Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
So this morning we'll be talking about Jabez, or in other words, the prayer of Jabez.
Jabez, yes.
So, okay, we're going to just read the scripture and then talk a little bit after. So, okay, we're going to be reading from 1 Chronicles chapter 4, verses 9 and 10. Mm-hmm. And it goes, Jabez was more honorable than his brothers, but his mother named him Jabez, saying, because I gave birth to him in pain. Jabez cried out to the Lord of Israel, saying, oh, that you would indeed bless me and enlarge my borders, and that your hand will be with me, and that you would keep me from evil, so that it doesn't hurt me. Yes. And the Lord granted his request. Okay. Mm-hmm. So, Jabez. All right. So, a little side note why I wanted to talk about this morning. I would say like last summer, right? My grandparents came to visit us, and me and my granddad was just talking, just trying to catch up and everything. And he was like, you know what, Olivia, you should pray this prayer. And I'm like, really? He's like, and then he started, you should pray the prayer of Jabez. Like, I knew what he was talking about, but deep down, I didn't know who he was. So I just agreed with him until later on, I was by myself and I went and, did my research. And it's just interesting to me because in the Chronicles, it talks about all the kings and who begot who.
Thing about Jabez.
All of a sudden, they just dropped something about Jabez. And I was like, okay. So it had to really impact why it was recorded.
Yes, it was important.
It was very important for him.
So they stopped and recorded it among the list of names that they were giving out. Mm-hmm.
And it was so crazy because first off, his mom is just like, listen, I'm gonna name you Jabez because you gave me pain out of all of your siblings. You were the hardest during labor. So she called him Jabez, pain. And Jabez didn't really sit well with him. I guess along the way he was like, you know what, I'm just going to pray to the Lord and ask him to just bless me. Bless him. I'm thinking when he said bless me, he wasn't just talking physically. I think he was really more spiritually, like himself, Lord, just to put his hand upon him. And then he went ahead and talked about enlarging his properties or his territory. And then he said once again, then he goes and said, Lord, protect me from things to harm me, and the Lord, and then after that, all of that prayer, then the Lord literally answered his request. And that's what really gets me. The Lord he didn't say anything. He just like, okay, sure. You know what I mean? So it just like
just a simple prayer. Just a simple prayer.
Yeah.
Lord, just bless me. Bless me indeed.
Yeah.
Enlarge my territory. Keep me from evil. Let your hand be upon me, God. He was asking for spiritual blessing, financial blessing, every blessing. He was just saying, God, just bless me.
Bless him.
And God just answered his prayer. Gave him the desires of his heart, and that's what God says in his word that he will do. So if you want something from God, we're not heard by our much speaking. That's what the Bible says. So we can just go ahead and tell God from the sincerity of our heart, Lord, this is what I need from you. Lord, this is what I want. And the good thing about it is that it says here that God answers his request. So the Lord will answer your request also. All you have to do is direct your heart's desire to him.
Yeah, because it's one thing to just say, Lord, just bless me, then you really mean it, And that's what God wants us to do. He just wants us to just humble ourselves. It's not good to just try to face God like he has to do it. Yeah, like he has to do something. No, we just really need to humble ourselves, just like how Jabez did, and just like really just be heart to heart with God. And God was just like, okay. And Solomon, he just asked the Lord to give him wisdom. That's the first thing he asked. And the Lord was like, I really thought you were going to ask me to give you more riches and other things. But the Lord was like, and then he was like, you know what, just because you didn't ask me, I'm not just going to
give you wisdom.
I'm going to
give you everything.
Yeah, double the portion. And I'm talking about someone was like really rich. You know what I'm saying? So it's just so important when we just humble ourselves. I think that's where it really why God really answered him, because he really humbled and settled down and really had that heart to heart with him, and the Lord was like,
Yes.
okay. The Lord was like, okay.
Okay, I will do it. I will do it, because God knows our heart, and He sees when we come to Him in sincerity and in humility.
Yeah.
So you go before God, pour your heart out before Him. God, you know what? This is my desire.
Yes.
And just like that, God answered Jabez's prayer.
Just like that.
And this is something, a prayer that we can pray for ourselves also. I think that's what Olivia was trying to tell us, to stress that we can pray this prayer. Use this exact same prayer that Jabez prayed, and pray it over your own life.
And over your children.
And over your children and your family. And see the manifestation of the blessings of the Lord in your life. Just by this simple prayer. Yes.
So we just want to leave that with you guys. And I hope this was very encouraging. I hope this was really hitting a spot.
Yes.
So, and we'll see you guys tomorrow.
We'll see you tomorrow.
You have a blessed day. Have a blessed day.